Good morning, Pipers. Sonoran Slinger here. Howdy do. Having me a slow morning. Nice and easy like. Just finished getting the gardens watered. The emptied trash cans brought back in. Switching out the dogs. Just having me a bowl of Mac Baron Symphony in my Alligator 311 KS. Put a bird feeder up the other day. Thought it'd be interesting, just kept it right out the front window in the Palo Verde over here so I could look out and see what's going on. That's been fun. There's some really interesting and beautiful birds out here in the desert that I was not aware of. Some cool rocks too, honestly. I found this one, it's covered in copper deposit. It's all green from that copper deposit all over it. That's pretty rad. Pretty rad indeed. Anyway. Severely underrated blend, this Mac Baron Symphony. I always like to tell my fellow pipers that aren't big on burley, like me, not a fan of burley usually, to try Mac Baron Symphony. And I encourage them to prepare it ahead of time. It's a, broken flake. So what I'll do is I'll just, any flaky remnants in it, I'll rip them in half, make sure I break them up, get everything nice and consistent, lay it out flat so it gets lots of air for 15-20 minutes, let it get good and dry, and cut that casing down. Because, well, the casing tastes good and all. It's kind of like honey-ish. It just likes to nip at you. But, once you cut that casing off, you get that high quality burley flavor with the, the typical nuttiness, but there's this cocoa aspect to it, like this natural cocoa. And I like to smoke it in my Virginian vapor pipe because it does have Virginias in it, and I think it kind of accentuates that Virginia sweet, which is good. Good indeed. So as y'all know, I've been hooked on the balisong flipping, the butterfly knife, right? And I just, just yesterday I met a big landmark for it where, every beginner flipper call themselves flippers, right? Every beginner flipper gets to this point where they progress in skill level, right? And that marker is called behind the 8-ball, where you do one downward index rollover where the balisong or butterfly knife rolls around your finger, so you flick it out And then you take your index and put it right there. And you flick it back. It comes around like that. You catch it like that, like the OK sign. And then you use its momentum to bring your hand upward to do a thumb rollover. And then you catch it there. It's like the same thing, OK sign but backwards. And then you do the same thing again. You do another thumb rollover, right? You catch the bite handle. Catching the bite handle is risky because if it swings into your hand, you get cut. So you gotta do what's called a wrist pass, where you kind of angle it down and then bring it around while gripping it outside of the channel where the blade goes, and you swing it in to catch it. So there's a lot of different principles involved in the behind the 8-ball combination. And I finally got them. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not smooth with it yet, as y'all have probably seen, but soon I'll be smooth with it. It'll look nice and fluid. Nice and fluid. I want to be able to do it like second nature, just like all those crazy mother flippers I've been following lately. You know, like, there's a lot of good channels out there. The Buffness, this channel's called The Buffness Flips. Really solid dude. And then Can't Flip for Ship. That's actually one of my favorite channels right now. He doesn't upload all that often, but dude's got a good head on his shoulders. And then Pez Flips. Those are like my 3 favorites right now. I'm finding the balisong community to be just as excellent as the YTPC has been to me. You know, just another niche, you know, but they're all willing to share their knowledge and help steer you in the right direction. And I'm finding these niche YouTube communities that have just been like good neighbors, really, you know. Damn, I like Symphony a lot. Oh, I dropped my check too. Went out on me again. My Bic died, so I've been doing a sacrilege and lighting it with a scorch torch. I tuned it down all the way so it's just accurate. I don't hit my rim with it, and I don't overburn. I'm like, boom, boom, you know. See, tuned down all the way. I think you're safe to light with a torch so long as you're careful and not burning the dickens off of your backy. I wanted to shout out Pipe Philosophy. I really like that dude and his channel. I get a really good vibe off him. And from what I noticed, every time he posts up, he's got something positive to say, or he's got some good information to share. And I like that. I like that a lot, because I got this weird thing where I have a bullshit alarm in me, and my bullshit alarm never goes off with him. Dude's genuine. Dude's real. You know? When he says something nice about someone, I can tell he means it. When he's giving out, you know, knowledge or something, I can tell it's coming from the heart. Dude's a good man. If y'all ain't following Pipe Philosophy, I don't know what you're doing. This guy's a cool dude, solid dude. Check him out. And if you're following him, just, you know, make sure you're liking and commenting on his videos. Alright, you know, boost that guy up. I know, you know, we're not going to get rich or nothing off of smoking our pipes on YouTube. Hold on, there's a chipmunk, a desert chipmunk. Do you see it? Right there? Hi, you're cute. I like you. I like you a lot, little desert chipmunk. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you saw him. He's still right there looking at me all cockeyed. Ever since I set up those feeders over there and the seed's been dropping down, he's been showing up. He's a cool little dude. You just hanging out? Just hanging out, little guy? Is he there? Is he there? There he goes. There he is. Haha. Almost every time I'm out here on my porch having a pipe, he shows up. And he just sits there just like 3 or 4 feet away and looks at me funny. I think he's cool. He's like having a good little neighbor too. Another thing I was unaware of, I didn't know the desert had chipmunks. They're not the nice little orange ones we had back east. They're tuned to blend into the desert, so they're gray and brown, stuff like that. Still looks just like a chipmunk. Almost thought he was a pack rat at first. I was like, oh shit, gonna get my slingshot, but I ain't going after no chipmunks, man. I think they're awesome. Well, that's about it, really. I just wanted to come in, have a few puffs with you, shout out pipe philosophy, and talk about my balisong journey, which I'm really excited about. I can't help it. This stuff's just too fun. It's like having an adult fidget spinner, and I love that sound. Clink, clink, ring, you know, that's just, I don't know, really fun. If y'all have cool hobbies that are, you know, not really all that common, I'd like to know about them, see them more often. Another thing Pipe Philosophy does, he's a good guitar player, he's a good guitarist. And all that being said, be well, be safe, Snore and Slinger out.